This is a CBS News special report. I'm Anthony Mason at CBS News headquarters in New York. Good day. We're about to get an update from the police in Aurora, Colorado about the deadly shootings at a movie theater early this morning. This is the man police say opened fire during a midnight screening of the latest Batman movie, killing at least 12 people and injuring many more. He's identified as 24-year-old James Holmes, who went to high school and college in Southern California and had recently dropped out of a PhD program at the University of Colorado in Denver. We'll be hearing more about him in a moment during the news conference, but for now we go to Barry Peterson, who's been in Aurora all morning. Barry?
Anthony, I got to tell you, the descriptions of the eyewitnesses, it was chilling. This guy, they're in the movie theater. This guy comes from the right exit. He walks in. To a one, the eyewitnesses said he didn't say a word. He threw a tear gas canister, some kind of canister. Then he began to open fire. He started shooting kind of one by one, semi-automatic fire. People like hitting the floor, people talking about being hit by the bullets, scrambling to get out. Now, what makes everybody's reaction slower is they're watching a Batman movie. It's got explosions, it's got sound effects. People kept saying, I thought this was part of the movie. So they sat there longer than they might have. But a very cool, calculated event by the gunman. Not a word, no warning, nothing like that. People shot and killed in the theater, at least 10 in the theater. Another 3 now have died in area hospitals. And area hospitals say that they were getting people coming in ambulances, but also in cars. People were bringing them. We met somebody who had been in that theater who was trying to help somebody, been shot in both legs. So for those first few minutes, obviously, a great deal of chaos. The suspect now in custody. And here's the weirdest part of all, Anthony. When police approached him, he submitted without any protest. He just simply let them take him into custody. No fight, no nothing.
He also told them that he'd essentially booby-trapped his apartment, and police have been there all day. What do we know about the search of the apartment at this point?
They're very scared of what might be in the apartment because this guy talked about explosives. He obviously had some or learned how to set explosives. They were afraid there would be booby traps. They went in carefully. They peeked around the corners. They're very nervous about that whole apartment. They've evacuated that whole area. They're trying to get in, get it diffused, see where they are and what exactly he did. I think that they were concerned, some of the police were concerned he actually set a trap for them so that when they went to his apartment, there would be a problem, and that's what they're obviously trying to avoid.
And there of course, is evidence in there they'd like to get, Barry, but I mean, I heard a police officer outside say it could take them days to actually sort this out.
It really could, and I have to say, sadly, there's still evidence in the theater behind me. We've not seen anyone removing the bodies of those who were there. I think they're waiting to get all the evidence collected, trying to do this in a very methodical way. And it's also worth noting that the police, at least to this point, we may get some new information in a minute or two, are saying that they only have this one suspect, this lone gunman who did this. A person who was a University of Colorado medical student, and described by neighbors where he lived as a person who was very much a loner. As one person in that apartment building said, he would never even acknowledge when you said hello when you walked by him in the hallway.
The police chief, I understand, has arrived. I think the mayor is there too, Barry. At this point, I mean, they're still sorting out. Initially, I think we heard a death toll this morning of 14. That was downgraded to 12. But there are something like 38 wounded. So this count, unfortunately, could go up, couldn't it?
Yeah, I think they're at 13 now, and there are critically injured in the 6 hospitals where people were taken. So I'm sorry to say that number could change for the worse as the day goes on.